First off, rest in peace, neighborhood Nip. I ain't crip, but I'm on that neighborhood shoot. Building business, it's that black owned. If you hustle, better hustle till your pack gone. If you work, better work till your back hurt. And if you rap, make it better than your last verse. Yeah, more lyrics. Stick and move, Javante
AJ, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University. Hill gon' heal, regardless. You, B. Cannon, Bethel High School, by way of 3-Man Weave, LLC.
Michelle, producer, Faith over here.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-Man Weave.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3-Man Weave podcast. And today we have a special episode for you. Today is the very first, the inaugural, the awesome, the amazing, the Weaveys, baby. Today, we've told y'all from the inception of this podcast, man, we are the pod of the people. And so today is only right we celebrate y'all. So today we will be handing out awards to some of the fours. We really appreciate all of the nominees for these awards. We really appreciate those who didn't make the cut.
Fact.
Just because you didn't make the cut don't mean we ain't got no love for you, baby. Hey, we love all of y'all, because without y'all, without the pod, without y'all, we can't be a part of the people without our people, baby. So, first off, if you're here, I'm sure you already know where to find us. But if you are a first time viewer, make sure you check us out on Instagram and Twitter at 3manweave_. If you've never participated in the Facebook group, make sure you check us out at the 3-Man Weave group on Facebook. If you've never emailed us any questions, any topics, or if you want to just tell us how much you think we suck, hit us up at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. But guess what? It may be a high possibility that if you're in there talking shit, we gonna ask for your address. You might want to come up and see you. And let's have this conversation face to face. You dig what I'm saying? So without further ado, I am your host, Mr. AJ De La Ghetto. You dig what I'm saying? Snap it up. Hey. And then I got my co-host with me, man. The heartbeat, the engine to the 3-Man Weave podcast. Who I got with me, man?
Go ahead, Cat. I'll be hey, y'all already know who it is, man. It's your boy Hill, and Hill go here regardless. Shout out to all my real naysayers out there. You know what I'm saying? We in the building.
Let a naysayer know.
And you already know who it is. You got your boy B Cannon, official B Cannon. If you're looking for me on the socials, man, Commander fan, Laker fan, and a fan of the fours, man. So let's get it.
And shouts out to the fours. Throw your fours up if you're in the building. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you're watching it live or if you're watching it on the playback, make sure you hit that like button. But absolutely throw your fours up when you enter the building. Let's get to it, man.
Hey, man, let's go ahead. Before we get into the awards, let's just go ahead and start, man. Kind Stallion showed up to the Michigan-Alabama game. You dig what I'm saying? And guess what Michigan did when Kind Stallion showed up?
What did it do?
They put the key in that door and locked it. They took out the SEC, man. Had them boys scared because they couldn't watch film on their iPads. Kind Stallion showed up, and they made it happen. What y'all think about that Michigan-Alabama game, man?
Man, go ahead, Hill. Go ahead.
After all got all the BS out the way, some of your responses. I mean, throughout the game itself was a good game. A good college football game, a good back and forth, a defensive battle at first. Then the offense started to cook up it towards the end. You got for a playoff game you got what you asked for from two teams that kind of, they kind of mirror each other in certain ways, certain aspects. So I was good. I do truly feel still that Florida State could have did exactly what Alabama did, but that's not neither here nor there anymore. So
Yeah, man. And for me, I didn't even watch. I didn't watch. I haven't watched college football. I don't plan on ever watching college football again, unless it's FCF or Division 2 or 3 football. Um, it is what it is. But I mean, I can't ignore the results. So I saw that Michigan won. I was happy for that, just because I feel like Bama paid that. They paid their way in, bro. It's pay to play. You know what I mean? And Nick Saban is up here crying about players getting paid now, and Nick Saban and the Alabama has been paying players since before NIL. It is what it is. It's a corrupt system. So you know what? Go blue.
Yeah. So I just being from where I'm from, I could never say those words. I can never utter those words.
I don't have a
The,
team no more. So it is what
the only time I can utter those words is when there's a big in front of it, pause, for Big Blue, which is Virginia State, which is my alma mater. So that's the only time I can say, those kind of words, in that word scramble. But initially, I did not watch that game. I did not watch the games live, neither one of them, because yes, I am scoring, and yes, I still am pissed. And I went to war with a lot of people in my text messages. I didn't really argue with, anybody on social media for real, because, and so, I couldn't bring myself to watch them games. And because, just like I said, prior to any of the playoff games were even played, I said Norvell shouldn't let anyone of consequence play,
mm-hmm.
and any draft eligible player shouldn't play. This should be a time for
even
all
showed up.
for all of your young guys to get on the field, get some experience. If you've played less than 4 games and you might redshirt, hey, go ahead, get you some experience without doing that, and just show up, enjoy Miami, enjoy the free trip to Miami, and that's what it was. And I'm not mad at the outcome. I'm not concerned that the score was 63-3 or whatever the case may be, because we were playing freshmen, we were playing some back of the end rosters. We literally, in college football, you can have, I believe, like 84 or 85 scholarship players. We had 53. And out from 53, you think about what those 30 were, almost 20 plus of those were starters or high rotation players. And so it's just like, hey, I'm not worried about it. And even still, one of those people was our second string quarterback. And so we ended up playing a true freshman quarterback who was getting his second start. And he was hurt half of the season anyway. So this is new for him. So I understand, man. I
Even if
can't
everybody
be
would have
mad.
stayed and played and we won, man, it wouldn't have helped anything. It wouldn't have helped us in the rankings next year. It wouldn't have done anything. So it's like you still would have been dealing with a corrupt regime. If they would have had another undefeated season next year, they would have hit them with the same type stuff. So it's like it's politics. The teams who gave the college football playoff committee the most money or promised them the most residuals off of this is the team that got in there. Point blank, period, and simple, which is why I didn't watch. So it's like I'm not even scoring. I just realized that it's that corrupt of an entity, and so it's like I can't participate. It's like me going to a dice game knowing it's loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do it. Feel me?
Won't do it. Can't
Won't
win with
do
them.
Yeah, but
Can't do it.
I'm not even mad. I think a lot of people have talked about this as like, oh, Norvell gave up and he, lost the culture of the locker room and stuff like that. And one of the things that I did want to talk about, I almost put the actual video of Chris Mad Dog Russo's rant
Wow.
into into this production so I could play it, but I don't really want to give it the light. But Chris Mad Dog Russo basically went on First Take, went on a rant saying, we're Florida State's quitters, this and that. He was talking about how people spent their hard-earned money to go down to Miami, Florida, and they just treated it like some game that didn't matter, this and that. It didn't matter. And what I want to say is, Chris Mad Dog Russo, I scoured your timeline. I scoured your show history and all of that stuff. And you never said a single thing about Georgia beating TCU in the national championship game by damn near the same margin that they beat us. You never talked about how they didn't try. We actually didn't. We didn't have. It's not that we didn't try. We didn't have the man. We didn't have the manpower. We didn't have the manpower, and the people that actually played, they tried. TCU in the biggest game of their existence, in the national championship game, with their first round wide receiver, their quarterback who made it to the NFL, all of their starters, they tried and got beat the same way. So don't come and try to denigrate the name of Florida State and the legacy of Florida State and the history of Florida State and Mike Norvell, who turned this Florida State program from a 4 or 5 win team that lost to Jacksonville State into an undefeated national power, and tell him that they quit and that they don't care about football and that this is why they never belong. They did everything that they could to belong. But don't ever tell me about this team.
Why would he ask kids though to give their all when it ain't gonna matter with loaded dice? You feel what I'm saying? So it's
100%.
He don't know the generation that he dealing with. This generation is too smart for this, bro. If generations before, they will participate in stuff that did not benefit them at all. This generation don't benefit, which is why a lot of those people did not play in that game, because they took they like, bro, I laid it on the line. Oh yeah, this is how you gonna do me? Then this game ain't that important to me. And Mike Norvell had no choice but to go with the players that he got. So freshmen step up, end of the roster people step up. But it's like, you want a team to go hard after you told them nothing that they do matter. Like, make it make sense, bro. Like, Mad Dog, you gotta think before you speak, bro.
And my thing is, why now is it that opt-outs are a problem when Florida State got snubbed and you put them in what you have deemed a meaningless game?
Exactly.
You put them in this meaningless game. So why are the opt-outs now a problem? There have been Christian McCaffrey opted out in those bowl games. Leonard Fournette opted out. Jadeveon Clowney, he opted out damn near the whole season. So my whole thing is, why we got an issue with opt-outs now? That's all.
Because
go to the next game.
After you show me loaded dice, bro, don't speak on any move I make.
It was like I said, it was a trendy thing to do to try to justify. That was the icing on the cake of the justification of the BS. They were like, "See, we told you so," and here he goes. So it is what it is. But shouts out to Washington though. Washington and Texas. That game was an exciting game. Now that game gave us national championship type of vibes. The way that offenses were playing, because the defense definitely ain't show up. Like I say, Penix was out there. He was definitely trying to move up on draft boards. The way he was throwing it on that big stage, that he was showcasing his talent. And Texas didn't back down. Texas, saying they got rocked a couple of times and they bounced back and they fought to the end. That's all you ask for at these games, like I say, versus two teams that definitely deserve to be there. And they showed it and they showcased why. But shouts out to that game specifically for doing what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, and I just want. I want to give a shout out to Michael Penix. Willie Taggart, he actually recruited him to Florida State. Some things happened. He ended up, going, picking Indiana, I believe. And then, transferring to Washington. History has been made after a couple of injuries. But what I do want to say about Michael Penix, man, going out there, doing what you did, to me, Michael Penix was the only quarterback in this entire, quartet of teams that actually showed me something. A lot of these other quarterbacks, they were average, maybe below average. Even JJ McCarthy, he beat. Yeah, like JJ McCarthy didn't show me anything. JJ McCarthy had an opportunity on the big stage, just like Michael Penix, to really, put on display his talents, but he didn't do that. A lot of his stuff was just check downs and getting the ball to his playmakers. And to me, You know, in the NFL, that's cool. Go ahead. You know, get the ball to your playmakers and let them do something. But in college football, as a quarterback, it's just like a point guard in March Madness. If you got a point guard, you got a shot. If you got one of them ones that's a quarterback, you have a shot. And JJ McCarthy didn't show me that. He showed me that he was just a game manager in college. And that's a problem to me because you go out there and look at Michael Penix. Yeah, Michael Penix has, you know, 3 NFL caliber wide receivers. But what Michael Penix was doing was putting that ball in places that regardless of who was out there, it's going to hit you in your hands. I don't care if Darrell Revis was in coverage. Those balls was getting, some of that stuff was getting completed. Those Texas receivers, I mean, those Texas defenders were in, like they were in phase. They had good coverage, but some of them was like, damn, like that's some damn good ball placement right there.
You take it too far ahead.
Yeah, I was letting you cook. I was letting you cook. You put a little too much sauce on.
No, I'm not saying every single one. What I'm saying is some of those throws, it was like, hey,
man,
that you put it in the bucket.
Man,
I don't care who was there.
He old enough to know how to make all the damn throws, man.
Yeah, I went to high school with him.
Who winning the first award, man?
Oh man, let's get right to the first award.
So the first award of the night, let's go ahead and do the most likely to lose a debate.
Man.
So today, the most likely. So you all saw the nominees. Most likely to lose a debate. We have
Lord.
America's Most Wanted, Jarvis.
Yeah.
Goddamn, another cannon. We have Troy, Triz Walton, and we got our guy, Sean Donatello Militello.
I'm gonna shoot Sean some bail. He was nominated. But that's what we asked for the nomination. And some people listened, and some people, you know, they didn't. But he was nominated. I know his guy was probably trolling him because that's what they do. But hey, I'm just following the rules.
Facts.
Just following the rules. Sean, my guy. If Sean ain't being biased, Sean can, you know what I'm saying, he can rock with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? But when he fully committed, fully biased, you can get him a couple times. You can get him a couple times. And that's the problem when it comes to Triz. He is 100% biased.
And that's what I was gonna say. He talks sport with who he like, nothing else, bro. If he likes the player, they could be trash and it don't matter to him. He's gonna act like they're good, bro. And that's why he's
or don't let him dislike it because then it's worse.
Yeah, or if his person start cooking, oh my god.
Well, look at the comments. Oh man, Jarvis is going to fight, bro. You know, Jarvis is going to fight to the end, and that's probably why he probably never feels that he ever lost a debate. Mm-hmm. You know, he says he's misunderstood. You know, it is what it is. But the winner is, I think, by a landslide vote.
Yeah,
like this right here. You know what I'm saying? This was This was undeniable. We didn't need to vote. We didn't need to overrule this or nothing. Of course, he's not watching, so it don't even matter.
Yeah,
like you say, Triz.
You're gonna see it in the group.
Okay. Oh, the graphic gonna be made.
Yeah.
So man. Triz,
congrats.
You bring your bitch ass to the stage. Yeah. You are most likely to lose a debate in the group.
And you make history as the first ever Weavey recipient, man.
You might, and I think you might hold the record as the shortest to ever win one. This is gonna be hard to break. So Triz, you are most likely to lose the award. And yes, Triz is not here to accept his award, so I will accept the Weavey on his behalf. Hey,
here's your line, brother.
Hey, it's my line, brother. Hey, we didn't take too many L's, so guess what? You know, we will we will unfortunately accept this award, and I won't say gladly. We will unfortunately accept this award that he got to bring this L home. But that's what you get when all you know is being a Bron hater, but somehow KD is the greatest thing on the planet. I understand if it's equal opportunity criticism. That's what we do here at the 3-Man Weave, and that is why you are the first ever most likely to lose a debate. Cheers, everybody. Give him a round of applause. Give him a round of applause.
But even in his losing, he still wins because, like I said, he's the first ever recipient of a Weavy, man. So he made
it goes down in history. Goes down in history,
man. So let's get to it. Let's keep this thing rolling, man.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and get to it.
Chicago Bears could get a second or third round pick in the Justin Fields trade. Who y'all think jumping on this trade? They definitely can get a second. They might can get a first.
I believe that they can get a first. But the precedent of this caliber of quarterback that's been traded, the precedent has been set.
Second, yeah.
For a second, multiple seconds, or in a third. So you shouldn't have to give up a first. You know what I'm saying? They could probably raise up the price to try to boost it up. But I mean, you just stick to your guns, But let's rewind.
It's a talented dude, though, man.
Should they even make this trade?
No,
I personally don't think so. But before we rewind it, who do you think would be interested in scooping him up for a second and a third?
It's already
a second or a third.
I see Atlanta.
Atlanta definitely need a quarterback. Thanks to AJ.
Remember, but
thanks to AJ.
No. Don't get it confused. But we ain't. That's
he'll have your back with this weekend, man. I said the same thing this weekend. You wasn't here. He'll have your back. But I still gotta say it, man.
I know. But what I'll say is, I've said Atlanta should have got him mid-season, and they probably could have made a deep playoff run, to be quite honest. But what I will say. Yeah, Atlanta. Yeah, it's been rumors that Mike Tomlin was, kind of, enamored with Justin Fields and what he could do. Mm-hmm. There's some other teams out there, like so if Pittsburgh went to do it, see, there you go.
Yeah, but they don't really make moves like that. That's the thing about the Steelers. So
they don't really make moves like that, but
sometimes
you keep doing what you always did, you're gonna get what you always got, and so it might be time for them to do a little bit different.
And I honestly think that will be scary.
And that's we gonna stick with the Bears. I'm about to go down the Steelers rabbit hole, but let's stick with the Bears. Like you say Atlanta. It's what about Minnesota? I know. It's a divisional trade, so let me go ahead and pump my brakes on that one. But I mean, Kurt's coming off an Achilles injury. He's older. He had his Achilles injury a little bit later as well. I mean, maybe he'll be back next week. If he got with Aaron Rodgers, but
I mean, we've seen it happen before. Like McNabb was traded to Washington, and so it's like it's not like it ain't possible.
I know it's possible, but it's unlikely.
It's definitely unlikely, but they need a quarterback. So if they shoot, they might get it.
The Raiders could use it. I think the Raiders might be a little bit too far away from drafting a quarterback.
You got a no trade clause? It's like nah. But nah, for real, the Raiders is a uptick organization if they keep Antonio
and Denver.
I got one more.
Honestly, I want more to go to Denver if I'm Justin Fields after what you've seen how they did Russ. So it's like
absolutely.
So I would want to go play for Antonio Pierce. My fault, AJ.
I got one more.
It was
last offseason. There was rumblings. I'm not saying it was true rumors, but there were rumblings that Bill Belichick liked Lamar Jackson, and he wanted to possibly take a shot at Lamar Jackson.
Bro,
what if he tried to get Lamar Jackson light?
You mean
man? That's two different things.
You mean for where he goes to his next team?
Out.
I don't know, man. I don't know if he's truly out.
All right, that one on the rundown, but we're gonna get to that at the end because we're gonna discuss that.
Okay, cool.
And so I know I'm not pandering here, but why not Tennessee?
Yeah.
Because
They need
I just
a
feel like
quarterback
they
bad.
love having a question mark at quarterback, though. Sorry,
Yeah.
bro. That's actually that's just their style, bro.
I truly think like, hey, they
Mhm.
shouldn't like they don't need to trade no more draft picks. Go fix your offensive line, fix your pieces, do all of that stuff, and just do what you can.
But if this is the market, let's say for example, if it's a second or third round pick, you can give up a second or third round pick for Fields and still utilize your first round pick
Yeah,
on the
you
offensive
still
line.
could.
Yeah,
You
100%.
use your first round pick on Peter Skoronsky this year, right? So use another and rebuild your offensive line. You have cap space as well. You can do some things. Like you got an option. But let's go back. Now we discussed that part, the teams that could go for them.
Mhm.
Should they? Should they? We're talking about the Bears. Should the Bears make the trade?
I
No.
don't think so. I think that Justin Fields is a very talented young quarterback, and I don't think he's reached the ceiling of what he could do there. I think the Bears have more holes that they need to fill to give it the old college try. But if you want to bail out, I understand. It's a good time to contract wise. You feel what I'm saying? Especially if you can get a second or third because of where they're positioned in the draft. So it's like they got options. So it's like they shouldn't, but it's like, all right, it's about where you want to go and what you want to do. So for me, I don't like letting known talent walk away for unknown talent. You know what I'm saying? So for question marks. So it's like, I know what I got in Fields. We got to clean up some things. But I feel like that what he needs to work on, I feel like it's coaching. You feel what I'm saying? He got the tools. He can make reads. He's athletic. He's been pretty decent at protecting himself. So it's like, all right. But it's like, if y'all want to walk away from a talented quarterback, when I've seen how long it takes for, you might be searching for 30 years, bro. Like, all right. So take your role, man. Play with the loaded dice. Like, I mean, that's the theme of the night, man.
You speaking from experience?
I'm speaking
Or
from experience. Like,
so,
I I don't know about letting a quarterback go. I don't know nothing about that because we ain't that. But I'm just speaking from experience of not having a quarterback. So if I had a quarterback, I would cherish him.
all right.
To me, once again, I've always said quarterbacking is like, I mean, not even quarterbacking, draft picks are like lottery tickets.
Mm-hmm.
It's very like, and the hardest is like the mega million. The hardest one to win is the mega million. And
Mhm.
quarterbacks have constantly shown, well, teams have constantly shown that they do not know how to draft a quarterback. And I'm not saying Justin Fields is the next coming of Lamar Jackson, but what I am saying is, if you like episode 1, we always talked about, hey, build the team around your quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Put your quarterback in the best position possible. And
Fact.
each of the last 2 years, we said, hey, why are y'all running this offense like Justin Fields can't run?
Mm-hmm.
And the moment you start letting Justin Fields run, it's like, oh, it started looking like something. Then DJ Moore start getting the ball a little bit easier. And guess what DJ Moore do? Take screens 87 yards every single time he get the shit. So to me, this allows you to really get assets to put your team in place. I understand, quarterback is the most important piece when it comes to roster construction, but you still have to have pieces to be able to win. Ain't no quarterback going to do it by themselves. We see that with Patrick Mahomes right now. Patrick Mahomes, the best thing smoking since Young Dro. But they took them weapons away. They got Kadarius Phoney. They got, Marquez Valdez, a little bit trottling. All of them dudes out there, they making Patrick Mahomes, people question, like they blaming him, saying like, oh, this team fell off. No, he's still him.
Mm-hmm.
You just not helping him.
Ain't got nothing to work with, man.
Batman had a Robin.
So y'all willing to go ahead and pay Justin Fields $40 million?
No, he ain't gonna command $40 million.
Why not? Because Daniel Jones got it.
Yeah, facts. That's the going rate for a starting quarterback.
So we know how we know how these contracts go.
$40 million.
You know for a fact that I'm coming with that Daniel Jones court contract
but
at
this
the
is
minimum.
And this is my thing here. if the salary cap don't exist, we got this. If I'm operating a team, I don't give a shit what this motherfucker makes. If it's gonna cost $40 million, I can't let a certified quarterback go, because guess what? If I draft a certified quarterback and he's him, I'm still eventually gonna have to pay him more than $40 million a year. So it's like, it is what it is. Like, it's gonna have to pay at some point in time. And even if my quarterback is truly him, like AJ said about Pat Mahomes, if I don't surround him, I'm just going to be paying him and we're never going to win. So it doesn't matter. You might as well pay Fields, because at least you know he got the makings of a true quarterback.
But
I lied. Justin Fields getting $40 million.
Oh, I know.
We
I
know
don't even know what the hesitation was.
No. I just looked up his agent.
Bro,
he getting that.
I'm
and
sorry.
guess what?
Bro,
he's going to Atlanta.
Yeah, I said a good quarterback, bro. I'm not cherishing Daniel Jones, bro. That's not a good quarterback, bro. That's like Washington having Jason Campbell. Like, he could have walked at any time, bro. Like Kirk Cousins, he could have walked, because I said when Kirk Cousins left and everybody thought that, once he got to the Vikings, they would actually win. I said, Kirk Cousins, he did the same thing he did in Washington. Ball out, can't get him over the hump.
Well, I'm glad you said it and I didn't have to say it. When you mentioned Kirk Cousins, at the time when Kirk Cousins was asking for a contract for Washington, he's accomplished way more than what Justin Fields did.
Yep.
And he should have been paid. And he should have been paid in Washington. But you're looking at, that's why I'm asking. That's why I asked, are you looking at history?
He should have been paid, but I feel like for the eye test for me, I felt like he reached his ceiling. And I was right. So it's like, that's one person. And I don't think Fields is in the same place of reaching his ceiling. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we know Kurt is elite 1 through 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, shit get tight on him, and he might make mistakes. Playoffs, he ain't really never showed us nothing. So it's like, that's what we got. Fields still got question marks right there. We don't know, but we have seen a lot of talent. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, he's still young. Kurt was older at that point. So it's like,
he was older because he was just an older quarterback.
And that's his fault.
That's his daddy's fault. But at the end of the day, this is your options, and you, like you said, you got the first overall pick, which could be one of them ones. Whoever you deem is that one, it could be one of those ones. And then you get your draft capital from moving on Fields. Now you have 5 years to pay that quarterback that you don't have to worry about till 5, and you can stretch it to 6 falls if you need to. And you still have the draft capital from for the Panthers and from what you're about to get from Fields to build on this team that y'all saying build the team around. So you have that option. And then you have Justin Fields.
Facts.
With possibly trading the number 1 overall pick with that draft haul. What do you really? It's a good problem.
It's a good place to be.
Yeah, it's a great place to be.
Now this one on the docket. So what do you do with Kyler Murray? Because Jonathan get.
Why you bringing this up, bro?
Because
I know. This is a great one.
So look, for me, Kyler Murray is high risk because I don't know if he can protect himself, bro. Like, I don't know if he can. He's a smaller QB. He's already, I will say our little inside joke, but it ain't appropriate for him. But he, you know what I'm saying? Like, he been dinged up, man. So it's like he's a talent. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but my thing is, like, you got to be present. And it's like, at the price that he gonna command, I don't know if I want to pay that right now.
He's
so
already on that price, though. That's my thing.
I might have to let him go.
So here's my
go ahead.
So here's my thing with Kyler Murray. I'm definitely keeping Kyler Murray because to me, Kyler Murray has proved he's at least at minimum a playoff caliber quarterback. His injury that occurred, it was a non-contact, ACL. It wasn't one of those, hey, he's too damn small and he just got beat the hell up and stuff like that. It was one of those non-contact, cutting on turf, and he blew out his knee. He is, when I said he proved that he was a playoff caliber quarterback, you made a face. But what I will say is he made it to the playoffs. That's a playoff caliber quarterback.
Yeah.
And to me, if you are able to surround him with talent, that shows that you got a chance. It may not mean that you are going to get, Patrick Mahomes level quarterback from him, but when you have a playoff caliber quarterback, that means you have a chance. And that's what you want. You have a chance. You trade him, you run the risk of getting someone that is a lemon. And that's the game that you play when you trying to deal in these lottery tickets. To me, it's a
factor getting a lemon though.
To me, it's a bird in the hand, and that's one of the reasons why I felt like not to bring it back to my team, but that's always one of the reasons why I felt we kept Andy Dalton so long, because they just felt like, all right, hey, we know we can get to the playoffs with Andy Dalton. Shit, one of these days he could do it. Can he? No, but it's the opportunity. It puts you in there, and you at least know. We talk about ceilings and floors.
Mm-hmm.
You get one of these draft picks. You be like, okay, where is he? Has a high ceiling, but where is his floor? You have your player, and you be like, hey, his floor, like, oh, he's a playoff caliber quarterback. Hey, shit, that's a pretty decent floor. Let's see if we can put some stuff around him to help elevate that floor. Or you could try and just, get something different, and the bottom falls out. And that's one of the reasons why you look at it. Carolina thought like, hey, we got a solid team. We got a really good defense. Let's trade up, go get Bryce Young. And that happens. Same thing that we see with the teams that feel like they a quarterback away. Hey, if we just get a quarterback to elevate us, we there. But then next thing you know, it's like, oh shit, we really didn't account for people getting older, free agents leaving, our depth, scheme changes, all of that, and then the floor fall out. So sometimes if you got somebody you feel like, hey, shit, we know you, like, we know, your line of demarcation, or hold on, in the words of y'all line brother Rose, where you may regress back to the mean. You know what I mean? Hey, shit, that, you know what I mean? That plays a part into it.
All right, man. Well, I'm kind of surprised from the Kyler aspect from y'all, but I mean, they already made their bed because they played him this year. Like you say, he had an injury clause pretty much similar to what Russell Wilson had, and they rolled with him. And I think Jonathan Gannon, I'm kind of going to believe in what he's saying. He's been saying, "Hey, Kyler's my guy. Stop asking me about him." Like, so okay, now let's go get him some pieces. Because obviously, as currently constructed, it's Kyler and James Conner and Michael Carter now that they got him at the trade for, but that's it. Offensively, Hollywood Brown, what? Yeah, go ahead. Let's get to the next award.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for enjoying the beautiful performances of Hill, Cannon, and AJ. Album coming soon. And now we will get to our next award on the docket. And for this award, I need you to stretch. Make sure you get those obliques loose. Make sure you get those rotator cuffs nice and stretched out. Hey, we don't want no sprained AC joints, no Tommy John surgery, because up now we got the biggest reach of them all. Hey, and in this category, we got some reaches, dog. So first up for the biggest reach, your nominee is our guy Tyrell.
Oh man,
saying Daniel Jones would be a top 10 quarterback
in real life.
You need to ask,
in real life.
Is he sticking with Daniel Jones?
Not in fantasy football, but Daniel Jones would be a top 10 quarterback in real life. And yes, Daniel Jones did suffer an unfortunate injury. But hell no, he ain't no top 10 quarterback.
No life.
I just pulled an oblique just saying that shit.
And it was funny. I mean, like he
looked like he pulled one.
it was a bold statement from my guy. Like I said, he came. He said, "Man, make sure y'all keep the receipts." And when he said that, you know what I did. You know what I did. So I had to definitely bring the receipt up. I'm like, hey, listen, we ain't gotta wait till the off season. Like I said, unfortunately, like I said, he tore his ACL. He's out for the season. We ain't wish bad, but before that, he was playing bad anyway. So
it's almost like the best thing that could have happened to him.
But he ain't the winner of this award.
He's definitely not the winner of this award, man. The winner of this award is consistency, man.
This winner we really only put Tyrell in here because we just had to bring right. We didn't want to look like we bullied, and we just had to pull those receipts of him saying that Daniel Jones is gonna be a top 10 quarterback. But can I get a drum roll, please? And the winner is, for the biggest reach of them all, your guy, Ace Estrada. And we don't have one post for him being the biggest reach of them all because they are all the biggest reach of them all. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the biggest reacher of them all? It ain't Jack Reacher. It's Ace Estrada, baby. Ace Estrada, come on down.
And like Candy said, man, consistent. When it comes to consistent, and
it's daily. Like what the fuck is this?
And like it's well thought out reaches too. Like he typing out paragraphs and he going in depth about the reach, and
he reached so much.
And so it's
that if you hit the thumbs up and agree with him,
it's over.
You scare yourself, bro. You've got to check to make sure. You know what I'm saying? You like, hold on now. Hell might freeze over, man. But you know what I'm saying? Second ever, you also made history, Ace. You know what I mean? Second ever person to receive the Weaveys. So congratulations, man. And
shout out to the Latinx community.
And all fun and
all
games
inclusive, baby.
Aside, we definitely appreciate your support, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. We definitely appreciate
keep the takes coming. And one day, man, one of your reaches gonna hit, bro. Just like
he gonna let us know. He gonna let us know. Man. As due to time constraints, let's just keep it going with another award.
Yeah, let's do another one.
Oh, we're gonna do another one. All right. Let's go ahead and just hit the best debate of the year. So, best debate, man. This is one of the ones. You want to talk about them real quick, Hill?
Man, I had to pull my phone out. I had to make sure we got them.
It was some good debates, man.
We got Deion when he left Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
That was one that sparked the world. That was one that kept the debate that's still debating.
Yeah.
We got hold on, let me see. We got let's talk about that one first. But let's just break that down. I think that was the most annoying debate of all, to be quite honest, because I think when it comes to us, I can speak for us. A lot of our words weren't being heard or being ignored or also just being misconstrued.
Is he in the chat? Because it wasn't. I know why I was annoying, and I know why I was being misconstrued, and I know why it became frustrating.
Well, that's personal for me, and and you as well, because of course he was trolling at the end. That he was making sure he trolled. We talking about George, by the way, but he wasn't the only one.
But
100%.
But even, I mean, I felt like the issue to me was personal anyway.
With what?
Just the issue itself, because for me, I bought into what Prime said when he went down there. You know what I'm saying, as a graduate from an HBCU. So I feel like it was a personal issue to a lot of people, which is why I feel like, to your point, this is one of the topics that had the world in the chokehold, or maybe not the world, but a large part of America and the social media world was in the chokehold for a while, talking about this topic, and everybody had varying opinions, and rightfully so, because everybody comes from different walks of life. So it's like, I mean, what you value is different than what the next person value.
But what I think that what made everybody, what pissed me off about it, I speak for myself now. People made it black and white. Oh, he can't go get some money. Oh, he can't go to a better job. Like we ever said, nah, don't take any money, Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Like don't go get a better job. Don't do that. What we said was, we can be upset with you, but how you handle yourself and how you conduct yourself.
Based on what you told us.
And once we express that, we wish you the best.
Remember what I said? I said, I'm not mad at you for leaving to go and take another job. That's what you're supposed to do. What I am mad about is you commandeering a movement, commandeering the HBCU lifestyle, commandeering the the death of George Floyd, using that, and a couple months later getting hired at JSU, and then saying, hey, why can't we show the world that we could do it here? We don't need them. We don't have to do this. God told me to come here. This and that. We're making history, doing all that stuff here with us. You don't have to do that. You are Deion Sanders. You can come to Jackson State University and be like, hey, I'm Deion Sanders. Come to Jackson State University.
You know why he don't have to do that? Why he didn't have to do that? Because he's not doing it now. He's selling Deion. And that's all
because there's nothing else. There's nothing else to sell at Colorado. Nothing.
And that's all we said from the jump. We expressed how we felt.
You did not have to commandeer the black struggle, the plight of the black universities, and our inequities that we face when it comes to the PWIs. You didn't have to do that
at all.
You chose to do that. You don't come from this culture, so it's okay. We're not denigrating you for that, but don't steal it and then down talk us when you use HBCUs and the culture to get to where you at now, and then talk about us like it doesn't matter. Because guess what? Talladega College put you on the fast track to get your degree so you could coach in college because you need a degree to coach in college. Jackson State gave you an opportunity because no Power 5 school was going to do that and jump out the window first. Florida State didn't. They hired Mike Norvell instead of Deion Sanders because guess what? Mike Norvell had proven it at Arizona State and Memphis. But then don't talk about Jackson State like you gave them a handout.
But what
Jackson State didn't need Deion. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We don't have to keep going. We had Florida State versus the committee. That definitely took the group to whole nother level as well. Because everybody
got a problem with Florida State versus the committee? Hey, fuck you too. Zeno XL. Fuck you too.
Okay.
Hey, Prodigy. Sick of this.
Another funny debate that was going back and forth that was definitely put a chokehold in the group. It was last year, especially during the playoffs, was Joel Embiid versus Jokic. You know, like you say, that was more so a George versus Ross thing. Jarvis as well. It was more so a back and forth with it. But that one was every time a triple double hit, every time Joel hit 30, every time somebody got a block, somebody missed a game. They was just going back and forth. So we definitely had to add that to the list when it comes to the debate. And now we also still have an ongoing debate that rolled over from 2023 to 2024.
Who won the MVP race? Who won the MVP race last year?
Joel Embiid.
So that was a good debate then.
It was a good debate.
Two top guys, you know what I mean? Trying to bring that thing home, man. Can't be mad at it.
And then we finalized, like I said, we got the debate that's still ongoing. It rolled over from 2023 to still to 2024. The Devin Haney and Javante Tank Davis. I do not know his new name now because he converted to Islam.
Abdul Wahid.
So just shouts out to him. But that's versus, so I got D-Bake and then I got Reef. They are going at it still about their fighters. D-Bake is from Baltimore. You can't say nothing about Baltimore because he's going to definitely represent Baltimore to the fullest. And like you say,
Reef is quiet once Odell take them boys on that boat, though.
He might go on the boat and get them off the boat. And like I said, I got Reef as a Devin Haney fan. He's been supporting his guy from the jump. So they just been on the collision course. Hopefully we can get this fight. Hopefully we can get this fight in the near future. So these two can just stop going at it. It's, about a hypothetical at this point.
I want it to be a draw so they can go at it even more. It's only going to turn the group up even more.
So I feel you. So
if it ever happens, man.
So out of those nominees.
And the winner is,
of course,
Deion leaving JSU.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
man.
man. That was just one of them ones that everybody got involved.
Still got AJ in the chokehold.
Hey, you
Yeah.
see, I still went on a rant because I'm still passionate about this. But yes, cuz man, hey, you know what I'm saying, man? Hey, look, hey. But Dion leaving JSU, man, this award goes to all of the fours. This is one of those ones that this is a fours of Etta P. Newton. this is a fours award. And like I said, this is one of the ones that sparked the group. I feel like we got a lot of new members off of this debate. I feel like a lot of people had a lot to chime in, and this is one of those ones that it was daily. I think this hit like 4 consecutive pods.
Yeah. I was sick of it at one point.
And quite honestly, I think I feel like we were at the forefront of this because we talked to Hugh Jackson about this
a
long time before.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like we were at the forefront of this about getting some of those big names and some of those guys with NFL experience who are waiting to get back into the NFL or still want to coach, getting them into the HBCU ranks.
Yep.
And, I feel like, so this is something that the 3-Man Weave podcast has been a part of and had our hands in, and we have some experience in. So this is one of those ones that we feel is near and dear to us. So this trophy goes to all the fours. And on behalf of all the fours, 3-Man Weave had the best part of the year, man.
All right, man. Before we go to the next award, Black Monday is coming up soon. Black Monday is coming up soon. We don't need to speak on Washington long. We already know Ron has definitely probably got his bags packed already. So saying we can go ahead to the next team. But who else do you think is
Hold on, but before you go to the next team, we know Ron is going, and possibly our president, Jason. But man, Jack Del Rio gone.
Already.
Is Eric B. Enemy also getting kicked out the house?
No.
Hey,
I'm gonna tell you why.
I hope not. I hope you're right.
They're hoping somebody hires him so they can get some draft compensation.
You said what?
The Washington organization is hoping somebody hires Eric B. so they can get some draft compensation. So they may fire everybody involved, but he's the only one that's not going to be fired because they're going to hope that somebody hires him as a head coach
or a coordinator, because they still get draft compensation as a coordinator too.
Or a coordinator. So he's going to be held on just for draft compensation purposes.
AJ.
So I was still under the belief that I think this is Eric B. Enemy's opportunity. So I think a lot of people will get fired, and I think he's going to be able to be on. I think he's going to have to, show he can build a staff. But I think he'll be the one that gets retained, and he will be given the head coaching job. I'm not sure how big of a leash. I'm not sure how long of a leash he'll have, because we know the leash for certain head coaches is like not as long as others, and
I feel like he should get the standard leash, because the ownership group they don't. All they did was purchase the teams. Like they're not football gurus or don't have a history or anything. So it's like, bro, like whoever you pick should have 3 years minimum to try to turn it around. Minimum, because unless you come out and lose, you do
that's the problem.
0-16 or something like
3
that.
years minimum.
But I feel like you got to give him 3 years to try to turn it around, because like he ain't a genie. He can't just turn around everything with a snap of his fingers, because if he could do that, he will already be a head coach and will already have a winning team. So it's like, you got to deal in reality, man. Like if I'm the owner, I'm looking at a long-term plan to turn this team around. I'm not looking for a short-term fix.
Well, that's why that's where you messed up, and you just gave Hill all the ammo he need. Because you talk about if you're not looking for a short-term fix, you got to give him more than 3 years.
I'm not
because
against him having it. I'm not giving
I
him
know,
no ammo.
but
I just asked his opinion.
Once we see minority coaches get jobs, what normally other jobs do they get? The job that nobody wants, the job that we say don't take, right?
Yeah.
Normally, Washington would be atop of that list, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
now it's different.
It's totally different.
Yeah,
exactly.
They got cap space.
Yeah.
And draft capital.
Why we couldn't never have cap space under Snyder? Why all of a sudden he gone? Now we got cap space.
Cause he was out there touching cheerleaders' titties,
bro. So it was like we were one of the only teams that the cap was real for, bro.
Hey, you gotta learn.
You
gotta
know
know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I mean, my team benefits from y'all mishaps. Like you say, but think about it. This is one of the best jobs. This new coach,
off-season job, available jobs. So we got
Ben Johnson.
I mean,
whoever the new head coach is going to be, the new head coach is going to be able to pick his quarterback. He's going to get some of the players that he wants. They're going to have a full draft that they can get everything that they want to do. And we also know y'all are always a free agent destination based off the cap space that y'all have.
And Chocolate City. Shit, I go back to DC as a free agent.
What other teams?
Now,
what other
still got a couple. Yeah, I mean, it's just on the hit list.
What other teams? We always talking about the Chargers. The Chargers' job is not as good as you think it is. They don't have the cap space. They already have a quarterback. They do have a quarterback. Don't get me wrong.
And their management is terrible. The Spanos family, I don't want to work for them. Well, I'll take the check.
You would if they paid you millions of dollars.
I just said I would, but it's different because I don't got no options.
Yeah, it's facts. So but even a person with options is still. I'm working for the Spanos family. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's already an open job, like you say. Carolina, that's not a good job at all.
But I would take that. I'm willing to take that because it's not a good job now. But they got a young core. It's something
did you
to
just
work
see
with.
what has David Tepper done that you was like, all right, that's cool. That ain't no good job.
I like the quarterback right there. I like the quarterback. I like some of the offensive line. Like they got it's if you're gonna have autonomy and you first of all they better give you autonomy because it's not a good destination. So you could get autonomy and you could put in there like I need a 3-year minimum to turn this thing around. Ironclad contract, can't get fired in 3 years.
You got who was it who did longer? Somebody did
Matt Rule.
Yeah.
That they fired.
Exactly. See, that's my
this
point.
Ain't gonna be fired. You're gonna make this work, man. This thing could make it because it's the NFC South.
And they did somebody else before Matt Rule. Who they had before Matt Rule?
No, I'm talking about David Tepper. He hired Matt Rule.
Right, but I'm saying I think they had somebody before Matt Rule, right?
I mean, they fired.
Was it? No, it was Steve.
Ron.
It was, huh?
It was Ron.
Okay, so it was Ron. And then David Tepper made the decision for Matt to get rid of Steve Wilkes instead of
giving him.
And then went for Matt Rule.
No, Matt Rule got the job when they fired Ron.
Yeah,
Matt Rule got the job. They stuck with Rule to the longest. When they fired Rule, Steve Wilkes took the interim job and always got into the playoff. He did not give. He did not give Wilkes the job. He went to go fired Frank Wright. And then he fired Frank Wright again.
So I knew some shit there,
man. Because it's an opportunity to prove people wrong. And the chips is down. When all the chips is down, guess what's the only place left to go?
I don't know. You can still go some more in debt.
No,
you can take. I seen them take that
NFC South, bro.
I seen them take that ring off and go more in debt.
Man, you
NFC
South,
and then you
wide open.
So who else? And speaking of the NFC South, Dennis Allen. He supposedly is safe. He needs to be fired.
And this is also my this is my thing. I understand, like I mentioned earlier, where sometimes you gotta give guys chances to show that they can get it right. Mm-hmm. But to me, you have to read the room. You have to see the atmosphere. I'll fall on the sword here. There were times where I said, "Hey, get Zach Taylor the fuck up out of here." Mm-hmm. But one of the things that I can never say is Zach Taylor lost the locker room. Zach Taylor couldn't get the guys motivated. So he had that in his back pocket, and he had the buy-in from the guys who still wanted to be there. Some of the carryovers from the Marvin Lewis regime didn't buy in. He got them the fuck up out of there. But Jesse Bates, Sam Hubbard, Tyler Boyd, some of those guys, they was like, nah, I'm riding for this guy. And then they got it right. They righted the ship. I don't know if Dennis Allen has buy-in from anybody in that locker room. I can't tell. It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like they fight. It doesn't seem like they care.
I think the fact that they need to reset. Like, so they've been one of the teams since the existence that showed us that the cap is a myth. It's easily
from the beginning.
Yeah, they can easily maneuver things. Like I say, they've shown us that. Okay, I get it, but it's time to reset. Like you say, they need to get younger on defense, and they need to try to do some things. They need a quarterback, so they need to do. They need to figure out some things. But
So my thing with the Saints is they've always showed us that the cap is a myth, but they used to fuck shit up on the draft, like when it comes to draft season.
Too.
Trading up for some prospects that make you scratch your head and be like, what? They literally made their bones off of that draft class where they got Alvin Kamara, Ramczyk, I think it was Anzalone. Who else?
That's how you make your bones, though.
Get that
draft. Have a
but
draft like that.
You have to have a draft like that, but to sustain it, you have to do more because you get that 4-year window, and after that, now you're in this position that they're in where they're in cap hell, trying to restructure shit and do all that, but they're not infusing any more talent. They're not infusing any more talent into that roster.
What about Arthur Smith?
Arthur Smith, he's fucked up. But to me,
I think
they're gonna give him a chance.
Yeah,
they're gonna give him a chance, but he shouldn't.
Yeah. He don't even he definitely ain't got a quarterback.
But that's his problem. That's his fault.
I don't think that's
it's age.
It ain't my fault. The motherfuckers ain't listening to me.
I don't think it just.
You just said we had a number one pod, so somebody listening, goddamn it.
I don't just think it's a quarterback problem, bro. He had an issue giving Bijan the ball. Like, how do you know?
I truly feel like something was wrong. That's what I say. Those few weeks when that was happening, bro.
No, it ain't a few weeks because he has an issue getting his play. He has an issue getting his playmakers the ball.
But but you just hand it off to him.
That's why I'm firing him.
Turn around and say, "Here, give this motherfucker the ball."
Look, if I was inside the organization and I knew that there was absolutely nothing wrong with Bijan, and it's literally, then I would fire him for that because that is a fireable offense. But I think it was bigger than that, honestly, because when he was doing well, he was getting him the ball. Now all of a sudden you woke up and you don't know how to get him the ball. I don't believe that.
Truth be told, I would fire Robert Saleh too.
I would have never mind. Good minority coach. I support him, man. Come on now.
Because at this point, they keep leaning on the fact that well, Aaron Rodgers got hurt. That was it, bro. Like, we've been telling y'all, there's been more issues than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was gonna fix everything that y'all had wrong.
And who said? And what did I say? Beginning of the year was my biggest concern with Aaron Rodgers
being old as fuck.
And the fact that the last few years he's been dinged up. It's a trend, bro. So it's like when it happens, it's like, you know what?
But you know what happened when you old as fuck? You get dinged up.
See,
we don't even play no sports no more. How many times we woke up and we like, damn, why my ribs hurt?
You know what I'm saying? My shoulder hurt now. I don't know what I did.
Like, I dislocated my shoulder 12 years ago. I can't sleep on my left side without this motherfucker just popping out.
Okay, you went to patient first and now to get a real.
Hey,
I ain't going to patient first.
He'll always try to disrespect somebody's health insurance, man.
You know what I mean? I ain't because I didn't have health insurance. I went to patient first. I went to this girl named. Never mind.
That's why it's messed up now. This is a part of coaching, bro. Like just the fact that you can't build a staff correctly is a part of coaching.
That's why somebody else should get fired, but I ain't gonna start talking about these people right now.
And what's next on the docket, man?
Come on.
I ain't gonna start talking about these people right now, but y'all know we gave y'all some of the hottest picks in the nation. Parlays.
Huh?
Gave you that point spread, money line, anytime touchdowns, first method of basket, all of that. But
that's what the money at too. Anytime touchdowns. Boy.
You know what I'm saying? We cashing in with a whole lot of shit this year.
Cashing in with Curtis, cashing in
with
with Chris,
Chris.
Parlay Preston, rack him up, Rakia. You know,
you dig what I'm saying?
Cashing in King, whichever one you want to say, whichever one you want to say. Those are the nominees, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
If you ain't fucking noticed.
If you ain't catch on.
So
go ahead.
With that being said, you know what I'm saying? With the pick'ems, the better of the year. And the winner is Cincinnati's own, Forest Park's own, Chris Brooks. Shout out to my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Why am I not surprised that a person from the Natty is the best gambler?
This wasn't rigged. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no Macklemore over Kendrick shit. Our guy, he was holding it down, man. Chris, cashing in with Chris.
Goddamn degenerate gambler.
The Bookie Brooks.
Bookie
you know what
Brooks.
I'm saying? The
like
Bookie
that.
Brooks.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our guy Chris, man. Make sure you hit us up at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com so you can receive your award. Send us your address, and that goes for all the nominees and the award winners. Please send us your address at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com so you can receive your award. Send us your address, man. What's up next on the docket, fellas?
We got the final. We got the final award. No,
we got two. We got two awards left.
Two more.
This a big one right here.
We gonna go for the next award. All right, cool. This award.
I don't got no more topics.
Yeah, fact.
Oh,
time to get them out of here, man.
Nah. You had one more.
I got one more, but I got to go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this award is for the top poster for the 3-Man Weave group. The one
I will say, these people kept they keep the chat alive, man.
Hey, and that's what we want. We want somebody to that's gonna win this award, that's gonna hold us down. Like I said, we the pot of the people. We don't always want to be the ones that's bringing up the topics. We want our top poster to really be like, hey, let's talk. Let's get some shit going. Let's get this engagement up. I got some shit on my chest I got to get off. And so that's why we gonna bring up the nominees are for the top poster. The nominees are for the top 4 poster in the 3-Man Weave group are DeJuan Perry.
Got DeJuan DMZ.
You know what I'm saying?
DMZ in the building.
We got 4QQ's own Brian E.
Brian E.
And we got the Jets are a cursed franchise.
Jets are cursed franchise.
The Knicks are a cursed franchise. The Mets are a cursed franchise.
Is cursed.
New York in general is a cursed ass fucking city. Dave Johnson. And fellas, and the winner is Mr. Conjuring of his own, Dave Johnson.
Yep.
Dave Johnson.
You beat the curse, bro.
You beat the curse.
3-Man Weave's top poster of the year. You have beat the curse. Like Steve Young said, the monkey is off the back. Please hit us up at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. Send me your address, man. We got something special for you.
And look, all of the people that we said that were nominated, y'all are great posters. We truly appreciate y'all for, like we said, keeping the lifeblood going, because it's needed, man. We're a community, and somebody got to carry that torch, and everybody has done a great job. But dang, you sir, got to tip my cap to, have done an outstanding job. Bringing home that Weavey, man. Keep the posts coming.
Like you said, everybody, this might have been the closest race that we actually had.
Hell
like
yeah.
This is
We had
really
to check analytics and all of
yeah.
that.
Right.
Yeah, like for real, like we really did, like say, check the analytics and everything. So, like I said, this is well deserved. But shouts out to all the nominees, absolutely, man. And like I said, we saving the we get a little suspense. Now, last week, AJ, you held it down by yourself.
Yes, sir.
You held it down by yourself, and I sent you a text. I said, "Hey, listen, man, I got to get something off my chest." Now, the Eagles are on a little, slide. I don't know what's going on with the Eagles. A lot of turmoil, a lot of things going on. You know what I'm saying? And for me on the outside looking in, I said, and I sent you the text. And I said, hey, listen, man, I'm getting Carson Wentz vibe from these Eagles. And you sat back and you thought about it. You say, it's giving you real Carson Wentz vibe from these Eagles, like you say. And I saw a graphic and I thought to myself, this made my point hit even harder. So for the people that can't see, I can't see this.
Because we damn sure can't see that, bro.
Want me read it off? I got it.
Please do, because it's gonna be in the group.
All right, so in the inception of the run, the Eagles, under the radar rookie head coach, who is met with underwhelming skepticism. Who was that first head coach here?
Doug
Peterson. Nick Sirianni, head coach, hires Chargers OC with multiple years prior experience and proven competence. Who was that coordinator here?
That was Frank Reich.
Frank Reich and Shane Steichen. Year one, young QB is up and down, but showing good signs of progress. When Carson Wentz came in, who he take over for?
He took over for Sam Bradford, didn't he?
Yep, Sam Bradford. Jalen Hurts came in. He took over for none other than Carson Wentz. Major roster improvements, including a number one receiver in the edge. Guess what? Alshon Jeffrey. That would be you, buddy. Wouldn't it? They brought in A.J. Brown. And guess what? You become an MVP caliber QB in year two. Leads you to the number one seed and a Super Bowl matchup versus a legendary quarterback and a head coach. What's up, Coda? So, hey, we get that. And guess what? This is where it kind of gets spooky. That OC gets snatched by the Colts, which would be, and replaced by a rookie. Shane Steichen, he went to the Colts.
Frank Reich went to the Colts too.
Frank Reich went to the Colts. And then the most hated man in Philly right now, he took over. Right?
Brian Johnson.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? I just saw it in the group. Somebody said the Eagles offense has regressed. And that's where we get to the next step of this process. QB and offense regress with bad play calling and turnovers in a frustrating season.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, this team has a pretty good record. But y'all don't seem too happy over there in Philly about how everything is looking. And it's coming off that loss to the Cardinals. I don't know.
It just was funny, man. Like you say, when Wentz was cooking, when they gave Wentz weapons, Wentz had an MVP like year. He got hurt. He didn't win the MVP. Cool. We get to what happened? Jalen Hurts was having an MVP year last year. What happened? He gets hurt. He doesn't win MVP. He comes back the next year. What happened? Wentz don't look the same. They end up making the playoffs, and everybody thought it was, he dragged the plumbers to the playoffs and blah blah blah. What they do? He lost in the first round. Jalen Hurts, what are they gonna do this year? Like I say, he definitely regressed. And it was so funny. I remember that MVP year like yesterday, MVP caliber year when it came to Wentz like yesterday, and everybody was loving Wentz. Oh my, he's such a leader. He's this and that. And then the moment it went bad, all of a sudden they just turned on him. All of a sudden he's the worst thing in the world. Like even all of a sudden they was questioning his religion. Oh, he's too religious, So now all of a sudden, Jalen Hurts was the best leader we've ever seen last year. Now all of a sudden he's telling people to step up after he threw two interceptions. Two interceptions ain't got nothing to do with nobody. He told some people in there, everybody ain't buying in. That don't sound like leadership to me. But I could be reaching. I could be, but I mean, looking a little eerily similar.
Definitely
Last month.
similar. And then hey, let's go to this just last little step here because this is where it's gonna get tricky. How he makes a desperation trade for an aging vet
Mm-hmm.
who makes no difference. Team loses in that divisional round.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it could be scary. So, hey, it might be looking real Carson Wentz-ish.
We'll see. Let me know if I'm
Or is
reaching
it
them.
just Eaglish?
Yeah, because that's how they won.
Because out of
Hey,
all of that, but the only thing that's
hey,
Carson Wentz is
didn't
he just
Donovan
trash.
McNabb make it to the Super Bowl and then shit just never went right after that too?
I say English, man. Like I don't know why that's called Carson Wentz is right there. Like it's too many other people involved and he just trash. So it's like I don't know. He got lucky.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But this is the moment that I've all been waiting for. This is the moment I've been waiting for. I don't know about y'all.
Biggest.
You know what I mean? This is the culmination of this podcast. This is what it's all about. And this is, this is what we're here for. The top supporter of the year. Big full time. That's what we gonna call this award from now on. Big full time.
Big
You know what I'm
folks.
saying? Big full time, the top supporter of the year. And your nominees are the best better of the year, Chris Brooks,
Chris is in the building.
our guy, FVO Curtis.
Curtis is in the building. Curtis is
got
out here going. Curtis was watching this while he was still at work.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
You got our guy, Philadelphia fan extraordinaire, Tennessee Titan fan extraordinaire, Ross. And you got Mark Dave the Crusher.
Yeah.
This was another one that was a tough race.
Definitely was a tough race. Like you say, Mark knew that he wasn't going to get this year's award. Like you said, and I told him, like you said, if it was going to be, if we done this other years, you might, you definitely might have, ran away with this one. Like you say, Chris is in the building. Chris always in the building with us. Like you say, Curtis is always in the building with us as well. Like you say, even while they're at work. So it's like you say, it's like, man, it's like the dedication that they show us. Like you say, they don't have to do that. Like you say, so like you say, we want to just show our appreciation to all the nominees. And like you say, everybody that support us, like you say, we want to show everybody. But like, but this right here solidified it for him. Like you say, he had a baby delivered and he was still watching this, bro. Like that was like
Yeah.
That's next level.
That's next level. And so, as you all know, the top 4 of the year goes to Ross Ernest Claude Williams. Shout out to our guy. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Top
Ernesto.
4 of the year. Ross Ernest Claude Williams. You are the top 4 of the year, man. And that is how we're going to close this episode out, man. And we want to thank all of the 4s for showing up today, man. Y'all really showed up and showed out and really supported us, man. And once again, like we said, if you in here, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, hit us up on Instagram or Twitter at 3manweave_. Hit us up in the Facebook group at 3manweave group. Send us those emails at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. And for all the winners tonight, make sure you send your address to that email. We got that gift for y'all. Hey, we love y'all. We thank y'all. And none of this shit could be possible without y'all. So until next time, let a naysayer know something.